Hello and welcome to Ticker Tapes. It's Monday, so that means FAANGs are on the agenda again. There's a sense of deja vu this week as Meta Platforms experiences more changes at a senior level. Following Peter Thiel's departure, Meta's long-standing COO, Sheryl Sandberg, has announced that she is now stepping down. In her role as Chief of Operations, Sandberg has worked closely with Mark Zuckerberg for the last 14 years, steering Facebook and then Meta Platforms through good and bad times, including the firm's 2012 IPO. She leaves the business as it pivots towards hardware and the shared experiences that Web 3.0 and the metaverse can offer. Sheryl Sandberg has been a vocal promoter of the role of women in the workplace, and her 2011 book on the subject, Lean In, sold more than 1 million copies, topping the bestseller charts. Though she is stepping down from her day-to-day role at Meta Platforms, the company won't lose her experience and knowledge of the business completely, as she will retain a seat on the board. Meta Platforms stock fell by as much as 3.75% on the news of her departure. Separately, Morgan Stanley lowered its target price on the stock to $300, down from $330, as part of a review of the e-commerce stocks under its coverage, which the investment bank believes are being affected by an uncertain macroeconomic backdrop. Apple looks set to move some of its iPad production away from China, the Nikkei Asia newspaper reports. The decision to shift production out of China has been made after a series of rolling lockdowns brought major manufacturing centers such as Shenzhen and Shanghai to a standstill. Apple is thought likely to move the production to Vietnam, where one of its current Chinese assembly partners, BYD, is reported to have been building an assembly line. Apple wants to diversify its supply chain and would have moved some of its iPad production before now, were it not for surging COVID case numbers in Vietnam. Apple shipped 58 million iPads last year, the bulk of which were made in China, though it's not clear how much of that production will now be switched to the new assembly plant in Vietnam. Amazon was nominated as the best e-commerce idea in a research note from bankers JP Morgan. However, the bank's analyst pointed out that penetration of online commerce dipped for the fourth straight quarter to just 20.7% of adjusted retail sales. JP Morgan thinks the sector can grow its market share to 40% over time and thinks that Amazon's revenue growth should accelerate in the second half of 2022 as it expands in groceries and consumer packaged goods. However, as we saw when Walmart and Target recently reported earnings, margins in the retail sector are being pressured by rising transportation costs, supply chain bottlenecks, and the need to hold much larger inventories of goods. Markets have taken a positive stance on Amazon, however, with the stock trading up by more than 16% during the last week.